Beauty is not in the face, beauty is a light in the heart. Knowledge of the self is the mother of all knowledge. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls, the most massive characters are seared with scars. If you love somebody, let them go, for if they return, they were always yours. If they don't, they never were. We are all like the bright moon, we still have our darker side. Our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but from wanting to control it. To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but at what he aspires to. Generosity is giving more than you can, and pride is taking less than you need. I slept and I dreamed that life is all joy. I woke and I saw that life is all service. I served and I saw that service is joy. Between what is said and not meant, and what is meant and not said, most of love is lost. Ever has it been, that love knows not its own depth, until the hour of separation. We choose our joys and sorrows, long before we experience them. The optimist sees the rose, and not its thorns, the pessimist stares at the thorns, oblivious to the rose. They deem me mad, because I will not sell my days for gold, and I deem them mad, because they think my days have a price. The timeless in you is aware of life's timelessness, and knows that yesterday is but today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. Music is the language of the spirit, it opens the secret of life, bringing peace, abolishing strife. Trust in dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof. A thief is a man in need, a liar is a man in fear. Mother, the most beautiful word on the lips of mankind. You pray in your distress, and in your need, would that you might pray also, in the fullness of your joy and, in your days of abundance. Tenderness and kindness are not signs of weakness and despair, but manifestations of strength and resolution. Life without liberty is like a body without spirit. Many of us spend our whole lives running from feeling with the mistaken belief that you cannot bear the pain, but you have already borne the pain. What you have not done is feel all you are beyond that pain. Yesterday we obeyed kings and bent our necks before emperors, but today we kneel only to truth, follow only beauty, and obey only love. Doubt is a pain, too lonely to know that faith is his twin brother. The teacher who is indeed wise does not bid you to enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your mind. Hearts united in pain and sorrow will not be separated by joy and happiness. Bonds that are woven in sadness are stronger than the ties of joy and pleasure. Love that is washed by tears will remain eternally pure and faithful. You may forget with whom you laughed, but you will never forget with whom you wept. The reality of the other person is not in what he reveals to you, but in what he cannot reveal to you. Therefore, if you would understand him, listen not to what he says, but rather to what he does not say. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. A man's true wealth is the good he does in the world. It takes a minute to have a crush on someone, an hour to like someone, and a day to love someone, but it takes a lifetime to forget someone. One day you will ask me, which is more important, my life or yours? I will say mine, and you will walk away not knowing that you are my life. A little knowledge that acts is worth infinitely more than much knowledge that is idle. Perplexity is the beginning of knowledge. If your heart is a volcano, how shall you expect flowers to bloom? Tortoises can tell you more about the road than hares. My loneliness was born when men praised my talkative faults and blamed my silent virtues. Keep me away from the wisdom which does not cry, the philosophy which does not laugh, and the greatness which does not bow before children. The lust for comfort kills the passions of the soul. We are limited, not by our abilities, but by our vision. Education sows not seeds in you, but makes your seeds grow. Progress lies, not in enhancing what is, but in advancing toward what will be. How beautiful to find a heart that loves you, without asking you for anything, but to be okay. Every man is two men, one is awake in the darkness, the other asleep in the light. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind, yet strange, I am ungrateful to these teachers. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. Wisdom stands at the turn in the road, and calls upon us publicly, but we consider it false, and despise its adherents. If I accept the sunshine and warmth, then I must also accept the thunder and lightning. If my survival caused another to perish, then death would be sweeter and more beloved. Say not, I have found the truth, but rather, I have found a truth. Wisdom ceases to be wisdom when it becomes too proud to weep, too grave to laugh, and too selfish to seek other than itself. If you reveal your secrets to the wind, you should not blame the wind for revealing them to the trees.